Once the results of the election are clear, a lot of people are going to be deliriously happy. Well, at least for a few hours. That sugar high inevitably crashes, followed by a cold shower in the bitter gall of politics. Does it get any better than this? I'm Scott Ott with Bill Whittle and Stephen Green, and this Right Angle is brought to you by the members at BillWhittle.com. Well, men, as we all focus on a short-term political objective, I'd like to take a moment to look to the horizon and the real reason why this means so much to all of us. Happiness. That's right. The end result of the political process should be good governance, and good governance, at least theoretically, should make life palpably better for all of us. So what would that take? Now you, our viewer, can answer that in the comments section below, but Bill and Steve have the happy chore of doing it right here and now with the whole world watching. Now, Stephen Green, regardless of who wins the Electoral College vote, notice how I said that, what would you like to see our federal government do that would make it easier for you to pursue your happiness?
Oh, I just read, this is not where I wanted to go with this, but you just reminded me of something. I just read a story that was linked on, I think by Glenn Reynolds yesterday, about all of these leftover prohibition laws that we still have that regulate the liquor industry. There's an agency that has to approve of every beer and wine label and liquor label in this country. These are holdovers from prohibition that you would think would have gone away with prohibition, but there's nothing so immortal as a government program. You can abolish the thing, but all the baggage sticks around, and there's so much of this. In computer terms, in programming, it's called cruft. The code that builds up over generations and generations of software revisions and big number releases, and it just sits there. It does nothing. Nobody knows why it's there anymore, and it just clogs up the work. It gums up your memory. Well, we have got just crap loads of cruft in our federal government, agencies that have solved their problem, laws that don't apply anymore, that we just need to weed through. And I'm not expecting a Hillary Clinton to do that. The Democrats thrive on this cruft. Really anybody corrupt thrives on the cruft because you've got to have somebody to help you navigate, and that's where they make their money with the revolving door between government and the private industry. But Trump has said he's going to try. This is why I'm going to vote for him on Election Day. He's going to try and eliminate something like 70 or 80% of regulations. I don't believe it, but I want to. And if somebody at least makes the effort, maybe we can eliminate some of this cruft. And if we can, you're going to see the economy go like gangbusters.
You give me such hope, because if that happens, I'll finally be able to market my new vodka, which is called Candy Taffy Bubblegum Fizz. But it's being held up by the labeling people right now.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Damn them.
Bill Whittle, again, without regard to who wins the election, what could the federal government do that would best liberate you to pursue your happiness?
They could indict themselves.
Yay.
Prosecute themselves, convict themselves, and then send themselves to punishment. The major threat, everybody talks about what a horrible president Hillary will be in terms of freedoms. That's not the threat. It's a threat, but it's not the threat. The threat is the corruption of the institutions. The IRS went first, was weaponized against conservatives, 5, 6, 7 years ago now. And then all of those emails mysteriously disappeared, and not a single person paid a price for it. And then we find the Justice Department has essentially been a political arm of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party for 8 years. And then, of course, last couple months ago, we had the pleasant surprise of finding the Untouchables. Remember the Untouchables? I remember the Untouchables. The FBI were the Untouchables. They were the ones who you could not corrupt. Well, guess what? They're in the tank too. So I would like to see justice restored to this country. That's really all. Justice and the rule of law. I don't like losing elections, but losing elections is part of a democracy. This isn't losing an election. This is losing civilization. This is losing the entire idea of the rule of law.
Well, and the progressives have gotten to Batman, too. It's not just the Untouchables. It's all the way up and down the dial, brother. Yes,
Can I throw something in here real quick, Scott? Bill, you said it's the end of civilization, and you couldn't be more right. Ayn Rand had a great quote that civilization is privatization. It's moving things out of the collective and to the individual to do freely as he likes, so long as he doesn't use force or fraud on other people. And what we are seeing is decivilization, is everything becomes a part of the political process, and it's undoing 200 years of wonderful American civilization.
Yeah, they keep creating small laws that we all have to obey. I think it's intentional so that any one of us at any given time are we're in multiple violations of some code somewhere, sometime, and now that gives them the choice to selectively prosecute or not. And then big laws like felony, treason, and perjury are permissible if you're a Democrat because of the news media. This is going to take a big plan to change all this stuff, and we may just have one of those coming right up.
And Steve just listed my second favorite Ayn Rand quote. My first favorite, of course, is "Government is what we do together." I think that is my. I have that on a bronze plaque. That's
you kill me.
In truth, government does not confer rights, nor life, nor liberty, nor happiness. The best it can hope to do is to secure those blessings that come to us by birthright. Politics is important, government is necessary, but they both serve a higher purpose. So if you rest your happiness upon a political outcome, well, as the dread philosopher Roberts says, get used to disappointment. Someone once asked college football coach Lou Holtz how he motivated his players at Notre Dame, and Holtz said, frankly, he did not. When a young man comes to Notre Dame to play football, he's already motivated, Holtz said. My job is to not demotivate him. Well, that's government's job as well. The American people, a hybrid lot drawn from the mire of tyranny and squalor, deposited unceremoniously on these God-kissed shores, we, the people, are already motivated to pursue our own happiness. Politicians need only to restrain their craven, pandering efforts to make us happy. Government need only to contain its actions within the boundaries of the Constitution. I'm already happy. Now leave me alone. For Bill Whittle, Stephen Green, and the Right Angle team, I'm Scott Ott. Thank you to the members at BillWhittle.com for making this possible.